History was made this week at the state capitol in Little Rock. This is Speaker of the House, Robbie Wills. The Arkansas people spoke loud last fall when 63% of the voters said they wanted a state lottery with net revenues going to college scholarships. With the signing this week of what is now Act 606 of 2009, Arkansas joins 42 other states with a lottery. If all goes as planned, the first tickets will be sold this fall and the first scholarships will be awarded in the 2010-2011 school year. The Arkansas people invested in their own future with last fall's votes. Lotteries have been defeated time and again in the past because those lottery efforts were tied in with casino gambling. Arkansas is ranked near the bottom in the number of college graduates for many years, and the newly revamped lottery-funded Academic Challenge Scholarship Program should help us reverse those numbers in just a few years. A better educated workforce is the key to a healthier, more prosperous Arkansas. In the next few days, Governor Beebe and I will each make our 3 selections to the newly created Arkansas Lottery Commission. Senate President Pro Tem Bob Johnson has already made his selections, and they include several wise appointments, including former Congressman and Supreme Court Justice Ray Thornton. Once established and settled in, the Commission faces many responsibilities, including the hiring of an executive director. The Commission will also decide what kind of games will be played in the Arkansas Lottery, including multi-state games such as Powerball. A lot of hard work went into this legislation, and I'd like to thank Senators Johnson and Terry Smith for their help. Thank you too to Governor Beebe for his leadership, and to Lieutenant Governor Bill Halter, whose hard work put the lottery issue on the ballot in the first place. Also during the week, the Governor delivered a revised general revenue forecast for the fiscal year that starts July 1st. The news wasn't great, but we're still far from the economic woes facing other states. The forecast shows a decrease of about $100 million in revenue for the coming fiscal year as consumers tighten their spending and as more Arkansans lose their jobs. The recession is hitting home. The Governor has asked for another $40 million from the state surplus to plug a few unfunded holes in the budget and for a rainy day discretionary fund. The Governor earlier had asked for $60 million. As the session winds down toward a possible resource on April 9th, those budget issues will take much of our attention. We'll soon be taking up the Revenue Stabilization Act, which is the main revenue distribution law, as well as the General Improvement Fund, which will send part of the surplus to fund several statewide needs. We also are narrowing down the list of proposed constitutional amendments that could be referred to voters at the November 2010 general election. We can refer up to 3 proposed amendments. The House and Senate Committees on State Agencies and Governmental Affairs have taken an original list of 24 proposed amendments and whittled those down to 10. They'll soon decide which of those 10 to send to the House and Senate floors. I filed one of those 10, House Joint Resolution 1007, which would give the state more flexibility in recruiting business and industry to the state. It was recommended to me by the Task Force for the 21st Century Economy, the Arkansas Economic Developers, the State Chamber of Commerce, and the Arkansas Economic Development Commission. I'd like to close on a personal note. I had a special guest at the Capitol this week, my daughter Riley and her Girl Scout Daisy troop from Conway. I and the Governor and several of my colleagues had the honor of visiting with them for a few minutes. I'm grateful that I live close to the Capitol and can still see my family every day. Many of our members are much further from home and don't have the luxury that I do. All of us, in the House and Senate both, are thankful and grateful for our families and the sacrifices they make when we're in Little Rock. Until next time, this is Speaker of the House Robbie Wills reporting from Little Rock.